Um, the pandemic has severely affected the cultural sector. I've said that culture is not in crisis, but cultural institutions are in crisis. That said, I am so amazed and proud of the Guggenheim Museum for pivoting so quickly and so nimbly to primarily a digital format for the first 5 years of the pandemic. We produced hundreds of programs, both for our patrons, our members, and our digital audience. In fact, our digital engagement at the museum was dramatically increased to millions. So we were providing rich content that was geared to help people think through the challenges we were living in at that time. Luckily, like many museums in New York, the Guggenheim opened in September, and we have had our doors open to the public with limited capacity over the last month, and it's been very successful. For me, the biggest change is I'm not traveling. Usually I am in Asia once a month or once every 2 months, in Japan, in Korea, in Hong Kong, in China, in India, in the Middle East, in Europe. It's very upsetting for me not to travel, because I learn when I travel. I learn from speaking with people. I learned from being in studio visits with artists whose work I'm studying. And although we have all benefited from the digital platforms like Zoom and others, it's not the same. It's not the same. The kind of conversation that a curator can have with an artist or a critic is not the same as having it on a digital screen. So I would say my research has been interrupted. I think we've learned one thing from the pandemic is that international convenings, seminars, discussions are actually feasible to do again on these different platforms that we have. I have convened and participated in several international webinars without travel. And it's amazing that we can now not have to deal with certain challenges of people's schedule or travel schedule. And of course, we're saving hundreds of thousands of dollars by not insisting on international convenings in person. Much is lost, but I actually think we are able to imagine a time after COVID when we will continue to meet with our international colleagues in similar platforms and actually have substantive discussions, academic discussions, and other kinds of discussions. I think can be successful on the international platforms, digital platforms. That said, I think that this time has shown us how much we miss our international friends, how important it is to share our perspectives with our colleagues who are living and working in other spaces. It is important to have one-to-one personal and social time to experience the texture of lives outside of our own. I think we've learned resilience. We have learned to slow down a bit. We've learned to read more and study more and meditate more and be with our families more, be with nature more. I think those things are good. It can help us be better human beings and better professionals. But I think this period without international travel will make us more eager for international travel when the pandemic is under control. I want to express my support and encouragement for the extraordinary staff and leaders of the Japan Foundation who have had to experience this slowdown in international cultural exchange. I hope that the pandemic will lift soon, that a vaccine will be distributed, and that we can all return wiser to the ever more important work of international cultural exchange and understanding.